Choosing the right project management tool can be a game changer for your productivity and your overall business success. But with so many different project management tools out there, you're probably wondering which one is the best for you and your workflow, especially if you are a coach, consultant, or online service provider. That's why in this video, I'm tier ranking every single project management tool that I have ever tried and really highlighting the pros and cons of which ones I think is best for online service providers.
There's no stopping me now. I know my shot, sit down. Money's all over me. I'm called to be rich and be free.
Welcome back to my channel. I am Ebony Evaughn, your go-to business operations strategist for all things scaling your business through people and tools. And in today's video, I'm going to be tier ranking every single project management tool that I have personally tried, either for myself or with my clients. So in order for me to tier rank these, we have to hop over to the computer and then we will get into the different tools that we're going to be ranking today. So first things first, let's talk about the different tools that I'm going to be ranking today. We're going to rank Trello, ClickUp, Monday, Asana, Coda, which I know not a lot of people have heard about, but it is one of the hot tools in these streets, especially for content creators. And we're going to rank Notion. So when it comes to my ranking and how I'm ranking these, I'm going to consider a couple different factors. The main factors that I want to consider is number one, the overall ease of use, how easy it is to set up. And we're also going to consider the functionality as well as the actual overall pricing and if it's economical for small business owners. So let's go ahead and jump in with the rating for the first tool. I'm just going to rank these based in the order that I have them listed. It's no particular order. It is just how we copy the logos over into the actual ranking tablet, but there's no system to this, all right? So I'm just going to go in order. The first tool that we have is going to be Trello, and Trello used to be Bay, okay? If you are A1 day one, you know I used to sell Trello templates for social media content marketing, for email marketing, for webinar planning. I used to use Trello for my own business, and then I also used to create templates for a lot of my clients to use as well. And for a long time, Trello was what I needed for my business for the current season and space that I was in. But over time, one of the things that I started to realize is that as my team kind of grew, as my business model kind of expanded into different products and services, my needs for a project management tool also started to scale. And Trello was not one of those platforms that was meant to scale with your business. Like when it was an introductory thing, it was just me. I was a solopreneur doing all the things myself. It was very feasible, but as I started to grow and scale, it actually started to become a very chaotic mess. One of the things that I loved about Trello and why I used it for so long was it was so simplistic. The simplicity and being able to arrange everything in board just made sense for where I was in my business. And overall, it was great for small projects or small teams. But as your team grows, as you do more complex projects that involve different departments, more team members, it can become a little bit difficult to manage within Trello. And so for all of those reasons, I'm actually going to place a Trello in the okay tier. I want to place Trello in the okay tier because it is good, it is reliable, it is user friendly, and like I said, in the early stages of my business, Trello was Bay and it did what it needed to do to get the job done. It was just kind of hard to scale my business continuing to use the platform. Now let's get into the next tool, which is a tool that is loved by a lot of my clients, and this tool is going to be ClickUp. While I don't personally use ClickUp in my own business, again, it is something that a lot of my clients use. I've had a lot of clients who have migrated from Trello to ClickUp, from Monday to ClickUp, and they really enjoy it and love it. And if you're someone who comes from a corporate background, I'll say you're used to being in an office setting where you use some type of project management tool, probably like projectmanager.com, right? Then ClickUp can really offer a lot of familiarity if you come from that corporate world, because in its design, it still has a lot of what I call like the corporate elements. It's corporate-y, right? I don't know how else to say that. But ClickUp is pretty much known because it's an all-in-one approach. It offers a ton of features and flexibility. It's highly customizable. For my clients, a lot of the projects that I do in ClickUp is not only building out a project management space where you can keep track of different projects and tasks and milestones, but one of the things that my clients love is building a SOP library. And when it comes to building out SOPs in ClickUp, it is really easy to build out a database. You can build any type of database you really want, which is what makes ClickUp so appealing and flexible for a lot of my clients. So it really goes beyond just the scope of being a project management tool, and you can use it for a resource library and databases as well. You can also create forms. So if you want to have your onboarding process or do market surveys, you can create forms natively within ClickUp. And it can really help you when it comes to the workflows and processes that you have in your business. It's great for team collaborations. And for all of those reasons, I'm actually going to rank ClickUp as world-class. It is one of the better tools that are out there. Again, it has really extensive features, but the only downside to that is sometimes because of the structure of ClickUp, if you're not familiar with it, if you come from a corporate background, you can probably jump into ClickUp and kind of navigate and find your way around pretty easily. But if you've never used a project management tool, you haven't been in an office environment, then it may be a little bit challenging to kind of overcome the learning curve of learning how to navigate through ClickUp. But overall, it is world class. It is definitely one of the tools that I recommend for my clients. All right, next up is Monday. And one of the things that I love about Monday is, like ClickUp, it is highly customizable. It is very visually appealing, like Coda, which we'll talk about later. If you are someone who not only do you need like a tool where you can track your tasks, but you like for it to visually, you can look and get a snapshot of like where things are, what is in what part of your workflow, what's pending, what's working, what's waiting on someone, then Monday has great resources and functionality for that. Another thing that I love about Monday is great when it comes to integrations and working with other tools, as far as its automation capabilities that you don't have in some of the other project management tools. The only downside really when it comes to Monday is it can get very pricey, especially if you have a team. You can add people as a guest, but it's limited. And if you add a lot of team members, then it can get very pricey very fast when it comes to using Monday. And it takes time to actually build out your Monday workspace. But once you have it built, then it's kind of there for you to use, or you can like duplicate and create other spaces. So it is a bit of a learning curve when it comes to Monday versus some of the other platforms. But even with all that being said, I'm still going to rank Monday as pretty good. If you can afford it, it is pretty good, all right? Now, let's go to the next tool on the list, and this is going to be Asana. And I'm not even going to waste no time on this. I'm going to jump right in. And Asana is one of those tools that most of my clients that use it, they end up migrating to one of the other project management tools. And the reason why they start using Asana is typically because someone else they know used Asana. So like maybe they had a coach or a mentor, and because that mentor used Asana, they started using it too, just because they didn't have any experience with any other project management tool. But once they really understand like the scope of what they need in a project management tool, they quickly realize that Asana can be very limiting when it comes to the functionality and capabilities, and they end up migrating to another tool. And so if you're someone who you like to look at different views, if you want to be able to have checklists and things like that, then some of that is going to be limited in Asana, where it is going to be easily accessible and functional in other project management tools. So, yeah, Asana is not one of my favorite tools. I just don't have any other way to say that. And so I'm going to not hold y'all, and I'm going to go ahead and rank Asana as below average. It is one of my least favorite tools. It is not as functional as the other tools. And even for the price, right? There's other tools that are better that you can use that are more cost effective than Asana. And not only are they more cost effective, but they offer more bang for your buck and more functionality at a cheaper price. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep it moving and go to Coda. Coda is a fairly new project management tool. It's a lot younger than the other ones that are on the list. And when it comes to Coda, I would say Coda is probably going to be best if you are someone who you have a service-based business, or you are more so a content creator, or you are someone who is like a social media influencer, and so you're more so managing your projects when it comes to like maybe managing brand deals, creating content for your YouTube channel or your content for Instagram. And the reason why I say this is because Coda is so visually, just aesthetically pleasing on the eyes. So what I mean by that is typically content creators are more artistic, they're more visual, and so the corporate style project management tool like ClickUp isn't going to be as impactful because you need that visual element that can really help things stand out to you, right? And so that's why I say that Coda is best if you're a content creator, social media influencer, and you want to be able to see your tasks and projects in a visual way versus just the typical kind of corporate, hey, these are a list of tasks in a little table and then you have the status. This allows you to see it in a more visual way, so you can say, okay, like I have 3 videos that are waiting to be edited. I have 3 videos that are in queue to get scripted. I have this brand deal that's waiting on a contract. You can see that more in a visual snapshot than just looking at words all the time. So with that being said, Coda is very unique. You can create databases, you can do document management, but it still has kind of like basic task management. So if you don't have a team, if you don't have a lot of different things going on in your business, you don't have a lot of products and services, a lot of different clients that you have to manage, then Coda can be feasible. But if you have a team, if you have products and services, if you need more of a tool that's going to have advanced tools that can help you when it comes to managing projects, then Coda is probably not going to be a good fit for you. But for those reasons, I am going to rank Coda as pretty good. And I'm going to say pretty good for content creators. I'm going to put it on a line. Let's go 3.5, right? So it's going to be a 4 if you're a content creator, social media influencer, and you primarily are like doing brand deals, posting content on social media. then it's going to be pretty good. If you're an online service provider and you're using this to manage like clients, your projects and tasks, then it's going to be a little bit more limited than like Monday and ClickUp. And so for that reason, I would rate it more of a 3 for online service providers. All right, so hopefully that is making sense. Now let's go ahead and get into the last tool that I want to rank in this video, and this is going to be Notion. Now listen, remember how I told y'all back in my early days that Trello used to be bae? As my business has grown, as my team has grown, as my business needs and structure has kind of changed over time, Trello was no longer able to offer me the support that I needed. And you know who stepped in and replaced Trello as bae? Notion. Notion is that girl, okay? Notion is, I don't even know how to explain it. So Notion has pretty much become my entire business command center. I have different spaces for absolutely everything in my business. I have a dashboard. I have like my business plan in there. I have our SOP library. I manage my content creation, my daily tasks, to-do list, my team's tasks. We look at HR, all of our hiring, job descriptions, job announcements, client documentation. Everything is inside of Notion. So essentially, I've been able to replace like 3 or 4 different tools with Notion, because not only can I use it as a project management tool, but I'm also able to use it as a database, as a document library, as a storage, and I also use it as a client portal. So where before I kind of would manage a lot of my client relationships just through like email, and then we would have a Google folder that we use, and each client had their own folder we would add documents to, it would become overwhelming and kind of convoluted, especially if we were looking for something and it wasn't in the client's folder or something. So now that we are using Notion and there's a client portal within our Notion workspace, it's a lot easier for us to link to client folders that are on Google Drive, but also just manage the tasks and everything in one centralized location. So I have replaced so many workflows and processes in my business that I used to use in other tools with Notion. Like, if you haven't used Notion, you just have to try it out and see for yourself to really understand how many different ways that you can use it. And another reason why I really love Notion is because it is highly customizable, and you can pretty much tweak it to fit your own business. So now that I'm in Notion, and one thing that I considered when moving to Notion is, in Trello, I outgrew Trello and I had to migrate and move everything from Trello to Notion. I was like, I hope I never have to go through this process again, right? And so when I was choosing a new tool, I considered, is the tool that I'm choosing a tool that can continue to grow with me? Not only can it support me with where I am right now, but it can continue to support me and grow with the company as the business continues to grow as well. So with all that being said, Notion is going to go up here with ClickUp in world class, just because of the functionality. You have the ability to add notes, database, tasks. You can collaborate with your team all in one place. It's highly flexible and it's aesthetically pleasing, right? So it does have that visual element that you have with like Monday or Coda in Notion as well. So honestly, when it comes to Notion, Notion is kind of like the perfect matchup from the best of Monday and the best of ClickUp in one product. So that's my ranking. I think Notion is really excellent when it comes to customization and personal use. And it's really ideal regardless of what size your team is, and it's something that can grow with you. So there you have it. That is my tier ranking for every single project management tool that I have tried. Let me know down in the comments below this video. Do you agree with my rankings? Have you tried any of these tools before? What is your favorite project management tool? Give me all the tea down in the comments below this video. If you want to see more of my tier ranking videos, make sure you check out my email marketing one as well as the webinar one to see which webinar platform I think is best or which email service provider I think is world class. All right, those links will be down in the description of this video. Otherwise, I just want to say thank you guys so much for stopping by my internet home. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you'll be the first one to get notified anytime I upload another video just like this. Bye, y'all.